He was pushing 50. Broke. Overlooked. And still playing background roles while the world passed him by. In an industry obsessed with youth and overnight fame, Morgan Freeman was considered too old, too late, and too forgettable. But then everything changed. With a single role, he went from obscurity to legend. Not because he followed Hollywood's rules, but because he defied them. Morgan Freeman didn't just prove that success can come late. He proved that when it does, it can be even more powerful. Morgan Freeman wasn't supposed to be a movie star, not by Hollywood standards. For most of his early life, he was just a working actor trying to get by. He spent decades doing theater, voice work, and small appearances on television. You might have seen him on The Electric Company, a children's show where he sang songs and read words in goofy costumes. For years, he took whatever roles he could, often uncredited or supporting parts. And while his talent was undeniable, the industry didn't know what to do with a soft-spoken, older black man who brought wisdom instead of flash. The doors stayed shut. But Morgan never stopped working, never stopped showing up. He didn't chase fame, he chased excellence. While younger actors shot to stardom in their 20s, Freeman was still waiting in the wings, perfecting his craft. He read voraciously, trained relentlessly, and never allowed the bitterness to consume him. He believed in timing. And when that time finally came, he was ready. In 1987, at the age of 50, Freeman got the role that changed everything. Fast Black, a violent pimp in Street Smart. It wasn't a glamorous part. It wasn't Oscar bait. But he played it with such ferocity, such chilling presence, that critics couldn't look away. The performance earned him an Academy Award nomination and, more importantly, it put him on the map. After decades of being ignored, Morgan Freeman had arrived. Then came Driving Miss Daisy, and suddenly he was everywhere. Calm, poised, deeply human, Freeman brought quiet dignity to a role that could have easily been reduced to stereotype. But he gave it nuance, complexity, soul. Hollywood took notice. Then came Glory, Lean on Me, and Unforgiven, each film proving that Freeman wasn't just a great actor. He was a force. Not loud, not flashy, but unforgettable. And then, in 1994, came The Shawshank Redemption. As Ellis read Redding, Morgan Freeman didn't just narrate a film, he anchored it. With his voice, he carried pain, hope, regret, and peace. The movie wasn't a hit at first, but slowly, over the years, it became one of the most beloved films of all time. And at the heart of it was Freeman, quietly reshaping what it meant to be a leading man. But he didn't stop there. Freeman became the go-to actor for gravitas. Presidents, mentors, philosophers, even God. His roles weren't just characters, they were symbols. He brought credibility to chaos, wisdom to noise. Whether it was Say Seven and Million Dollar Baby, Bruce Almighty, or the Dark Knight trilogy, Morgan Freeman brought the same grounded power to every performance. And he did it all without ego, without scandal, without chasing fame. He let the work speak. Off-screen, Freeman built a reputation for being thoughtful, principled, and fiercely intelligent. He's never fit the celebrity mold, and that's part of his magic. He came up in a time when Hollywood wasn't kind to actors like him. And yet he endured. Because he didn't need to be the loudest voice in the room. He just needed a chance to be heard. Morgan Freeman's story is a masterclass in patience, in perseverance, in trusting the process even when no one's watching. He didn't get famous until his 50s, but when it happened, he redefined what fame could look like. He wasn't the flavor of the month. He became a pillar. And he did it by staying true to himself, trusting his craft, and never letting age define his worth. In a world obsessed with instant success, Morgan Freeman is living proof that greatness has no deadline. Sometimes the best things take time. Sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that wait in silence until the world is finally ready to listen.